Hi there, this is Gigi from Hickory Art Co. I just grabbed myself a cup of tea and was going to sit down and go through everything that I picked up at the antique and thrift stores over the weekend, and thought I would just turn on the camera and that maybe you guys would like to see it too. This first one I just got for myself. I'm going to put it in a frame. It looks like somebody maybe cut something out of a print or out of a magazine or something quite a while ago and just glued it down. It's not even cut in a good circle there, but I'm going to frame it just as it is. And it was a really good price because when the gentleman that owns the store saw the amount of stuff I was getting, he threw this in for free. So that was a perfect price. I also picked up this Farm and Home magazine. It is from May 15th of 1915, and it has an old label on for Kerrsville, Pennsylvania. And it is rather large, so I'm sure I will be piecing it out. It's, let's see, about 10 3/4 by 12. About 15, so way too big to actually put in a journal as is. Even folded, that would be a pretty big journal, and it's pretty brittle, so I think it would probably do better in smaller pieces. So I would be trimming that and cutting that, and it, like, this is already torn. It's no longer, some of it's not even together anymore. But there's some articles, cute little map of Pennsylvania there, some really needled photographs, and mostly I got it for the ads though. Look at that. The graphics are really cool. Peaches. Over here, they're selling Dodge Brothers motor car. Price of the car complete is $785. Crazy. And some cool old ads here as well. And some charts. We love numbers. That'll look really cool on a tag or something. Here's something that kills lice. Old car down there. Pretty floral design of the new cotton crepes, perhaps. An old washing machine. I guess then it wasn't old, but some motorcycles. There's an old Vaseline ad. But I'm sure I will read through it before I do anything with it. Oh, look at all the old dress patterns. So cool. 13-piece Daisy lunch set. Here is something that is sure to please every housewife. A linen lunch set of 13 pieces. One 20-inch centerpiece when finished, 6 9-inch, 6 6-inch doilies. The set stamped on the best quality of white linen, finished art linen, with sufficient white mercerized cotton to embroider the whole 13 pieces. Can be had for 75 cents post-paid. If wanted on genuine Irish linen, the price is $1.50. Send to Springfield, Massachusetts. That's so neat. And the back is another car, the Hudson, for $15.50. Anyway, I thought that was really cool. right, this was the most expensive thing I bought. I paid $18 for this. This is a Christmas from 1908, the Burr Macintosh Monthly. Look at that, it's beautiful. And this one is in not the greatest of shape. The ones that were in really good shape cost even more than that. Originally priced 50 cents. It's put together with this cool old cord. And we start at the back. This has some cool ads in the back of here too. Dress shields, framed portraits of prominent actresses. Men's toilet powder. Old Dutch tankards. Let me see, one looks like it even had some stuff torn out of it at one time. It's a poem about spring, summer, winter, and autumn. Three poses of Miss Lulu Glaser. But I mostly bought it for these. These are just beautiful. Look at that. Even the detail around the edge. Miss Billy Burke. I love this one. $19.08. The detail on that dress. And this one's pretty too. Miss Grace George. Miss Lillian Russell as Mrs. Henrietta Barrington in Wildfire. Even has a piece of really cool tissue paper. The gold on that. I don't know if it shows up really well on the camera, but it's beautiful. And the detail on the dress again. Onyx hosiery on the lips of every woman in America. Anyway, I probably should not have spent the money on this one, but I did. Okay. This was only $3. Hopefully that'll come off of there okay. This is a souvenir folder from Halifax, Nova Scotia. It's got the little moose on there. Back here, little beaver on the tree. Not filled out, doesn't have a stamp. Canada 1 cent stamp here. And this I will probably take apart. These postcards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them and they are double-sided. All scenes from Nova Scotia. So I will probably cut these apart to use as individual postcards, and then that leaves me with this, it'll come right out of there easily. It'll leave me with this cool little folder that I can use as a pocket on something. So for $3, I thought that was a good one. This came from 2 different shops. Actually, 3 different. Thrift shop, and then an antique store, and then another store that was, I guess you call it a general store. It has been a store since just after the Civil War. And it has always been a store, and it was just packed full of everything. Antiques. It was all old stuff. Some I wouldn't really consider antiques, but there were some very old buttons and tons of material, books, some furniture, just anything you could think of, a lot of ephemera. And we spent quite a long time in there. This is called Drawing Made Easy. It does have some pencil scribble on the front there, and this cover's kind of rough. I'm hoping with my either this or my other like kneaded eraser that I will be able to get some of that off without leaving a mark, because I think this would be a really cool cover for a journal. And then the inside, and it's marked 1919. I paid $8 for this. It's just usually more than I pay for a book. But it just has some really, 1919. And if it's really showing up, it's very parchment-y, very caramel colored. You have to put it next to something that's bright white. But I think it's not coming across on the camera quite as dark as it really is. But anyway, it just has some pages that would be really good to put in junk journaling. 1919. An example of a so-called line cut or zinc etching. See other examples. Very cool. Black and white oil paint. Oh, and this one I thought was really cool too. Look at this. So this will be a lot of pages that will be fun to use out of there. An example of pencil treatment. If you can see, it's like a very faded pair of shoes. It should not be a hard one to get out of there either. Some of it's actually coming apart. And yes, and it is a sewn one, so that will not be bad to get apart. Okay. This one came from a thrift store. I just thought the cover was really cool. I just love the colors. Even has water damage back here. I should say the book jacket, not the cover, but this kind of an orangey color for the cover. This is 1970. And the pages are, I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but the pages are kind of tattered on the ends. It's kind of a rough cut, so those will be really nice to work with as well. That was 99 cents. Let's see, here's another little book. The Specialist. I just thought this was so cute. 1929, renewed in 1956. And it has really awesome graphics in it. I will read it first before I do anything with it. Just by glancing through it, it has something to do with these people building a new outhouse. This caption, if it was me, Elmer, I'd say no windows, and I'll tell you why. You can see the threads in this one too. That's a lot of. Oh, it's coming apart with the binding. Then I picked up this postcard. Don't think it's very old. I just liked it, and I hate when I see stuff like this in a pile of junk. The Lord's Supper, and oh, it says 1980. I paid 50 cents for it. I just thought that was really pretty. And let's see. I picked up this piece of fabric for $4. The tag said it was 1940s. It's a tea towel. And I just, not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I think it would make a really awesome cover of a journal. Perhaps even one that's you're going to put recipes in. Love the vintage colors on it. I don't know if these are cats or dogs. I'm not sure. People, the house, some roosters. We have carriage. Maybe these are the cats and those are the dogs. I don't know. More people, and then at the top there's a train, and then it just has this really cute border. So I envision it becoming a cover of a junk journal, and I thought for $4, not passing that up. Then the other material I got was this, I believe it's an old lace belt. It has the, if you can see, little snaps, and then this on the other end. And it's just really pretty. It's not in great shape. I think this was $4. But I thought it would just look awesome glued down somewhere. Maybe like along the, not on this one, but just even along the edge of a journal. I just thought it was really pretty, but yeah, I think it may have gone around somebody's waist at one point. A little tiny waist. But I just thought that was really pretty. And then I also picked up, you can see these, there's 2 of these. They were 2 for $5. I thought they were really, really pretty. All right, so that's it for the material. The place I said I had a ton of buttons, I picked up this. It was $4. Hoping that's written in pencil, and they didn't actually write in ink on this. This cute little kitty, and then the button is adhered at the back like that. No advertising or anything on it. They had a ton of these. The ones that had some advertising on the front or back were upwards of $10, $12, $18, $20. So I found this cute little kitty one for $4, so we went with that one. Then I did pick up a couple old photos. I just thought this one was so cool with his sunglasses his big, I guess, cigar or a very large cigarette. I don't know, back in the day. Kind of reminded me of Bonnie and Clyde, actually. And then this Young Men's Bible Class, Center Presbyterian Church, about 1910. Somebody wrote on the back at one point. And they're pointing out that this was Alva Matthews. All the men have their hats. Just thought that was a nice card. And then, I don't know why this gentleman spoke to me. This is from Scranton, Pennsylvania. I love the gold at the bottom. I paid $2.50 for that, which is more than I usually pay for these postcards. But they've gotten so expensive lately. Used to be able to grab them for, they'd have like a whole bin or box of them there for $1 a piece, and some of them I've seen have been $8 and $10, $12. So when I see some cheap ones, then I pick them up. I usually go for the men or the women. I do not usually pick up any that have children in them. I don't. All right, this last thing, or no, I think there's one more thing after this. Sorry for the glare. This is all from the same person's ephemera stash. Because when he was saving it, it was an ephemera. It's from 1930. An invoice for the Wall Company, someone in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. And they're all marked that same person. Just has like handwriting on it. That's so cool. This one's even torn and I didn't care. I paid $4 for the whole packet, for $3 or $4 for the whole packet. John Wanamaker's in Philadelphia for repairing the hall clock, $35. Seems like a lot for 1932, or actually, it says 1930. No, this isn't the date. 1930, and then that was something to do with the invoice, because it's up here again as well. I thought that was cool. Weekly Chronicle, June 6, 1930. Two of those. Actually, there's a bunch of those for different weeks. May and April. I don't know if you can see from on there, they're different colors too. Lighter and more of a parchment-y caramel color. Same thing. This one I think is cool with the, it has an old pin there. Before they would use paper clips, I guess. This was a letter somebody had typed in 1930 to the gentleman of the W.O. Wood Manufacturing Company. Looks like they never signed it or sent it. What was this? Oh, Mount Vernon, 1940. Paid 25 cents for this. Love the map inside. And, and this 1958. Sorry, it's very blurry. $1958, feed for the animals, $58 a week. And they wrote it on the back, "A woman's watchword is modesty." Looks like they were selling something. Any sick woman may write in perfect confidence to World's Dispensary Medical Association, Buffalo, New York. Dr. Pierce's favorite prescription has been long hailed as a godsend to women. It makes weak women strong and sick women well. That's cool. All right, all that goes back in there. And then the last thing Again, sorry for the glare and the noise. I'm not going to pull all of this out, but I did have a second to go through these a little bit. What did I pay for this? I paid, not stickers from something else. It says $1.50. I paid $5 for this whole packet. Oh, sorry for the crinkle. It has old decals in from passenger model railroads, toy trains. These are all rub-on decals. All of this. Even the envelope is cool. This I just had stuck in there after I bought it. I actually paid $5 for this too. This is a whole tablet of the Pennsylvania Railroad clearance cards. And it's a whole tablet. If you can tell in there, they used to be kind of have like a green tint with the aging around them. This top one, the green is completely gone. The operator may issue this card only when authorized by the superintendent. There's no date on any of that, unfortunately. But this, again, is back to the pile of the stuff that's out of the toy trains. The decals. There's a description. It shows you where to put your decals. And then here they are. Something to hold up in the back of there. And they're all just like rub-on transfers. Same thing here. Reading hopper cars, S scale. So even these envelopes will be really nice to reuse in junk journaling too. More diagrams, more, I don't know, there's no dates on anything that I've seen so far. And it says post-1955 paint scheme, so 1941 to 1955. We won't go through all these. These are rub-ons maybe, or no, they can't be because they're not backwards. I'm not sure. I'll have to play with those a little bit and see. It says decal on them. Oh, and then, oh, look at these. And there's this whole envelope. Of these rub-ons. Some of them are gone. That does say 1964 up there. So does this one. This is even just some old tissue paper. And just more of that. That one's mostly used. There's a little bit, some white. More rub-ons, more decals. So anyway, I got a lot to go through. Those are all, sorry for the glare. That might say 1980. Can't see. Anyway, I just thought for $5, I was not going to let this entire packet full of decals go. I'm anxious to go through it all. Oh, here's more. Wabash Caboose. And then there's, if you can see them, they're in there, they're white. And just to be able to reuse the envelopes, that will be beneficial as well. All right, let's dig in this one yet, then we'll need to stop. Reading hopper, somebody used their old State Farm envelopes. Oh yeah, this is more of the same. It's ribbon transfers and the diagram of where to put them. That's what the entire envelope is full of. All right. Okay, well, that's it for this haul, I guess you would call it. I think I made out pretty good this time around. So I'm anxious to use some of these things in my own junk journaling, but I also am going to be putting together some vintage paper and ephemera packets. They will be for sale on my Ko-fi shop. Here is my Ko-fi shop. Hopefully by the time you see this video, I will have some up. I have not decided yet how many pieces each packet is going to have, but it is going to be a physical envelope that you will receive in the mail. They are not downloads. So I will be going through all of this and making packets to ship out within the United States. So if you are interested in that, please check out my Ko-fi shop at Hickory Art Co. And on here, on YouTube, it would help my channel immensely, my little tiny channel starting out, if you could like, comment, or subscribe, and it helps the channel to move along in the algorithm, so it is very helpful. Just even if you drop me a comment and let me know where you're watching from, I always enjoy seeing that. I am, which you can probably tell from a lot of these things, in Pennsylvania. I'm in central Pennsylvania. So just leave me a comment and let me know where you are watching from. And I will be back again. Thanks for watching. Bye.